So if you're considering to go for IUDs, like you want to go for this particular contraceptive method, and you're wondering what should I even do, how do I deal with it, what are the effects and all that, what are the right things to do to help you actually get the benefit from this particular method, then this video is for you. Or you have always been on it, or you have tried it but you had a lot of issues. I'm also going to actually open your eyes to understand some of the things that you need to know, which will help you to get the best from this particular method. Okay, now what is IUD? IUD is Intra Uterine Device. It's a particular birth control method that is in a kind of T shaped. That's how it looks, and it's flexible, okay, which your healthcare provider will put inside your uterus, okay, yes, to help you prevent pregnancy. That's what it does. And then one thing you should understand is that this particular method is so effective. In fact, I can even say that it's more than 99% effective, okay, depending on how you handle it, okay, which you will understand. Now, the other thing that you should understand is that this lasts longer. Okay, you can put, depending on the brand you go for, 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years, 6, even up to 10 years. And you don't need to start thinking, just like when you're on your pills, you don't need to start thinking, I've forgotten to take my pills, what do I do, and all the stress. So if you put this particular one, you are good for that year. Okay, the only thing you should do, which is very important to help you get that effectiveness, is to be making sure that you are going to like checkups, going for checkup to the clinics, okay, to help make sure that everything is intact. This is another thing that most people forget, okay, but this is important. Like when you do the IUD, when they put the IUD for you, they will also tell you the times that you need to be coming for a checkup. So make sure you keep to that. Okay, this will help you to get that particular result. Now, it has two types. It has the hormonal type and the copper IUD. Okay, the hormonal IUD contains the hormone synthetic form of progesterone, which is naloxone. Okay, it contains this progestin synthetic hormone, which will help. How it works is that it helps prevent like it thickens the mucus in your pelvis, which will prevent the sperm from swimming up, surviving, okay, and they end up dying, okay. It also helps to prevent the eggs from releasing so that the two will not be able to meet together, okay. The sperm and the eggs will not be able to see each other, and there will be no fertilization. So this is how it works, okay. Now the copper IUD contains copper at the that T ends, okay. That's where the copper is, okay. Now this copper helps to prevent the sperm from surviving. Even when the sperm is in your uterus, they will be there, they can't even go further, and they will die, okay. So those are the things that this particular IUDs help do, okay, in your body. So let's look at the pros, okay, the benefits, what you are going to gain when you are using IUDs. The first thing you should understand is that it's very effective, okay. Now it will help you to get rid of fear. You are going to feel more comfortable. There will be no fear of pregnancy because you are comfortable. You are protected, okay, well protected. Now it works very well, like I said earlier. Now it lasts longer, okay, for a lot of like maybe 3 years or even more. You are free, okay. You don't need to start calculating anything. This is another good benefit. You don't need to start calculating, I haven't taken my pills, blah blah blah, okay. You don't need to start checking your calendar, marrying your calendar, and all those stuff. You don't need that, okay. Now another thing is that when you're using this Mirena brand, it will also help you to reduce heavy flow, reduce heavy crampings and all the issues when you're having your periods, because it's going to give you lighter periods. So if you're struggling with heavy periods, this is another bonus, okay. It will help you to give you lighter periods, okay. Now another thing is that you are so comfortable, okay. You don't need any stress. Then it works immediately. It starts working from that particular time you put it, okay. Like when you're taking your pills, you start saying you need to protect yourself for 7 days. I said yes, 7 days within the time you started taking your pills, before you can now say comfortably that you are on the pills. You need another particular method, okay, like using your condoms, okay, to protect from taking in for like a week before you start saying you are comfortable. But this particular one, immediately you put it, you don't need any other backup, okay. it is so comfortable. Okay, that is one of the things. Then when you're using copper IUD, especially when you're having lighter periods, then this is very much okay for you. It might even not give you any period or lesser periods. Okay, these are pros. Okay, the benefits. Now let's get into the cons, which is also very important. Now you should understand that a lot of women experience menstrual irregularities here and there. You can't even tell when your menses are coming. It might be lighter for some people. Others might also experience a heavy flow, especially when you're using the copper IUD. So that's why if you're having heavy flow, you don't need to go for the copper one. That's another thing. Now the next thing is that you might experience spotting. That's menstrual irregularities or spotting lesser periods here and there. Okay, especially during the starting point, during the early time. Okay, that's another thing that you should understand. Then other women, like few women, experience pains, cramp pains, especially when you're having that heavy flow, okay, during this particular early or the starting point or the starting times. Then you might experience all these things I talked about. Now when you're using the hormonal IUD, you might experience mood swings. So for some people, headaches, okay, nausea, and a lot of other differences in their system, because that is an artificial hormone, okay, that's been added into their body. So you might experience differences in your system, like your mood changing, okay, like your mood changing, you're having headaches, you're having nauseous feelings, and all those differences, especially during that starting point, because that's not what your body is used to. Okay, but when you are always having heavy flow, this is very serious. So you need to also meet your healthcare provider. And when you're not comfortable, most women, their body might not accept it. Okay, so you need to also go and meet your doctor, okay, to help you. Then another thing is that most few women will experience it falling off, okay, if it is not maybe put very well, or because of one of our activities, it might fall off, okay, it might shift, okay, which is why you need to be going for checkups. Okay, now it might also it might also make you to contact infection, especially when you have a very serious infection before putting this particular IUD. It might, if it's not hygienically started, then it might result to you having PID or a lot of other infections. Okay, but then you need to actually go to the clinic to do this. Okay, so they will do the necessary things, okay, to make sure that all these things do not happen. Okay, now let's talk about what you need to take home, what you need to understand about this whole thing. First of all, you need to know that when you are struggling or battling with a very serious infection, then you need to first address this particular issue. You need to first address this particular issue, okay, before going for the IUD. Cleanse your system before going for the IUD. Now, if you're having serious liver issues, please consider this, okay. Make sure that you enlighten, you tell your doctor you are having growth, you're having cancer, you're having cervical cancer. Hey, this is another one. This is another one, okay, that you should also actually do something about. Make sure that you inform them, because this might not be what you need. You might need to go for another method of contraceptive. And if you are allergic to copper, then copper IUD might not be for you. If you are having heavy flow, then you might not go for copper IUD, okay, because it might not be what you need. If you notice any changes when you started when they started it, like within the few days, weeks, and months, then you rush down to them and explain to them, because it will be better. Our body reacts to things differently. There are people that had this IUDs for a long year, like they have been using it and with no serious issues. Okay, even if yes, you might experience changes in your body during the first time, but okay, they can bear it. But there are people that immediately they put this, their body will be like, I don't need this. So you need to also listen to your body. Okay, these are one of the things that we should consider when you are going for IUD. Okay, so that is it for today's video. Don't conclude that it didn't work for it will not work for me, only if you don't want to go for it. Okay, so that is it for today's video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Any question, please let me know in the comment section. Please, have you subscribed to my channel? Please support this channel by subscribing. Hit the notification bell so you will notify anytime I upload a new video. Thank you so much for tuning in.